Hello and good morning from the Philippines. How is everyone doing out there? Hope everyone is doing well. Let's see, who do we have in the room this morning? Robert, not in Mindanao. How are you doing this morning? I'm checking there we go. Drop that. How you doing, Robert? Not in Mindanao. How is everything your way? Hope you're doing well. It says we have 22 people in the room right now. Von Heimler Strudel. Hello from Delaware. Delaware. I know where Delaware is. How's everything in Delaware? Kenneth, how you doing? Kenneth from Texas. Jess Keith, how are you? Hello in advance to Michael and Bianca. That is going to be our special guest this morning. Hopefully they have internet and everything up and going. You know how it is here in the Philippines with the internet connection. Bruce, how you doing this morning, Bruce? Bruce, how does my camera look? How does my mic look? Got a whole different setup going on right now. So how are things looking? I know you're very meticulous when it comes to things like that and give an honest opinion. Lovely Chan. Hello, how are you? Robert, Everyday Life. Good morning to you. I'm sorry, guys. Let me catch up here. Robert, Everyday Life from Wisconsin, coming to your neck of the woods in October. Hope to see you guys. Have a safe trip. October's what? September? 2 more months away. The Burr months are upon us. They've got the coming back in a couple months. Robert is. They got the paroles going on down the road. So, yes, the Burr months are here. If you're not familiar with the Burr months here in the Philippines, you got September, October, November, December. They celebrate Christmas here, start celebrating Christmas in September. David, hello from Texas. How are you, David? Wesley, Los Angeles, 110 Fahrenheit this week. Man, stay cool. Stay cool. Any suggestions for buying boxes? I always forget something. I don't know, Robert. It's been 6 years now since we shipped them. Write a list. I guess just write a list. And, there's never enough room, right? You always wanted to put extra in. Where's my better half? She's in the room laying down. She gets up early at, 5 o'clock in the morning, if not earlier. She cooks Bing's a little bit of food so she has something to eat. Bing starts school at like 6 a.m. So Lut has to be there and have her dropped off by 5:45. And she walks. She walks her to school, which a lot of kids walk here. So she's in the bed laying down. Chub says, sounds great, looks great. Thanks, Chubs. Like married to a Filipino. Good morning, Ron. How are you and the family? We're all doing good. The kids are, like I was just saying, they're all back to school. They're got that daily school thing going on. So, yeah, everybody's doing good. Geo Buddy, Virginia Beach. I never went to Virginia Beach, and I lived on the East Coast. What was that? Virginia Beach, or Virginia is for lovers saying? I've been through Virginia. Matter of fact, went to the Smoky Mountains in Virginia? I think that's it. So Bruce said, all is good. Could be a bit brighter, but contrast is good, and lighting is very acceptable. Sound is great. Thanks, Bruce. You know what? Like I said, I have this new setup. I bought these Elgato lights. They're two of them. They're the smaller ones. And I've been playing ever since I got them about 3 days ago. I've been trying to adjust the light on them and this and that. If I turn one up too bright, then it starts blaring off the side of my head. So it's just a matter of finding that perfect, that light. Could be a bit brighter. All right. I will work on that. No background lighting, but you still look great. Well, great. Got the light above me on. I mean, you could light up everything. But yeah. Jason, what's up? Jason Dorfer. Hope I'm saying that right. The Philly, how are you doing? I want to be showing up around Thanksgiving. Hopefully we can meet up. I will be here. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Boy, that's coming up soon, isn't it? Only a couple more months away. Wow. Filipina and American Love. Hi, this is Don from Kansas. I will be back there on October 12th. Have a safe flight. I'm sure you're excited. I don't know what the airfares are like, if they're dropping, if they're going up. Occasionally I'll check. Just to see what a flight back to, Philadelphia is going to run me. Yeah. Where are we at? Let me see if I can catch up. California is hot now. I am in San Diego. Never been to the West Coast either. Furthest I went west was Missouri, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. That's the furthest west I ever went, unless you're counting Mexico. But never made it out to California. Never made it out there. I live in Richland Town, PA. I caught biggest catfish in Lake Nakamixon 2 years ago. Oh, you lived there. Robert, you know what? I know exactly where that Richland Town is. I had an aunt and an uncle that lived in Richland Town. We used to go to Lake Nakamixon, go down there, usually holidays. We would go down there on holidays and do the picnic thing with the family. My uncle had a little canoe. We used to hop on the canoe and go out. I know right where Lake Nakamixon is. I remember, I barely remember it because I was a kid when they actually built that lake. That's a man-made lake. I'm sure you're aware of it. And from what I was told, there's a couple houses that were left there. And of course, when they flooded the lake and filled it up, those houses were submerged. My grandfather passed away before it was completed, and he said when he passed away, or when he was sick, he knew he was dying. He said he wanted to be buried overlooking Lake Nakamixon. So when we go out to his gravesite, overlooks Lake Nakamixon. I am very well aware of that, Robert. But yeah, I liked it. Very nice park. No big aircon yellow bus to get all the kids and bring them to school. No, not here, Bruce. You know that. It's crazy because these kids get out. Like Bing Bing's morning school. So she will get out around 12 or 11. Big difference between public school and private school. Private school, when they let them out, they'll send you an email. Hey, we're letting out early. Come pick up your kid. Public schools don't. The kids have phones. They can contact their parents and stuff and have them pick them up. But I'm afraid, like, Bing has a phone, but it's like public school. You don't know if a kid, here's my fear, somebody's just going to take her phone and then, she doesn't have a phone and then I got to go in. But yeah, she gets done at 11 or 12, depending on the day. The second phase comes in, and then they get out at 6 o'clock. Because last night we picked up Hannah and we went through the school area, and these kids are walking. These kids walk. You know, the old saying, remember growing up, your parents, well, when I was in school, I had to walk 10 miles uphill to school both ways. Well, they do that here. There's no buses here. But yeah, no aircon buses. Brian, how do I go back to your first videos again? Can only go back a few years. Should be able to go all the way back. My mistake was I didn't categorize the videos. I should have done that from day one. Now I got so many videos up there, but you should be able to go back. I'll have to check into that. Jess Keith, hello, Jess. First time here. Thanks for stopping in, Jess. Thanks for coming into the live stream. Hopefully, our guests will get online. I've been in contact with them off and on all week long, so hopefully they'll. Hopefully, there's not a problem because one of the biggest things here in the Philippines is the internet. Today it might work. Right now it might work, but boom, this live stream could be shut off. Brownouts. I mean, these are the things that happen here. You can't get around that. Who is the guests? Our guests are Michael and Bianca. They are from. I'll put the link to their channel here. Michael and Bianca from that Philippines life. They are. I would say they're new into the vlogging community here. They do a lot of traveling, go different places, film it. Remember, everybody has a different view and a different opinion of the Philippines. And like I said, they're new here. They're young here. They're from Canada. But I wanted to bring them on and kind of let them tell you their story about how they got here, what they're doing here, what their motivation is here. But I did put the link down below. So if you guys want to check out their channel, check it out. Like I said, people like different things here. And it's just another option for people to look at, another channel for people to enjoy. Brian, can turkey be bought there? Matter of fact, the Ghost of Pennsylvania, yes, it can. We were up at SNR yesterday, and they got them. They got butterballs there. They're starting to stock them in and get them in. So, yes, you can buy them. Let me think. I never bought a turkey. Did I? No, I never bought a full-size turkey and cooked it in the oven. Now, maybe this year I might, because I do have the big oven, might decide to, hey, man, let's throw this turkey in. But the problem is I got to find, they're huge. You know, they're big turkeys, and we'll never eat all that. But yes, you can buy turkeys here. They are on sale right now to SNR. Mikey Doo, how you doing, Mikey Doo? How's everything with you, Mikey Doo? Charles Reeder from South Carolina. How are you doing, Charles? Tito, what's for breakfast, champ? Eat breakfast at the Spiral Buffet here in Sofitel Hotel Manila. Looking at this live. Tito, thanks for stopping in. I already had breakfast. Cooked me some scrambled eggs and tocino. So that's what I had for breakfast. Ridgecrest, California, checking in. It's 108 degrees at the moment. Another hot one. I'd have turned the air on this morning. It's starting to get a little warm out. Stationed there in the Army at Fort Leonard Wood. That's where I went. I went to Fort, if you're referring to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, yes, I was there. Spent my AIT there, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Never really got to get out and check too much of outside the base. When we did leave the base, a bunch of it just got a hotel room and hung out and swam and drank. And but yeah, I remember Fort Leonard Wood very well. Nothing like the smell of a turkey in the oven on Thanksgiving and Christmas. We never did the turkey on Christmas. We usually did a ham. I'll do a ham on Christmas. But they make these little round little ball hams here, and they're pretty good. All you got to do is heat them up. They're already pre-cooked. David says, long-time viewer, dang, nice cut. You went from 65 to 35. That's the thing, guys. You know what? People, you got some people, cut that mohawk off. Then I cut the mohawk off. And then it's like, oh, well, you look like Uncle Fester. Then if you grow your hair a little longer, oh, you look like this. And then people love to, I don't know, criticize or say things. I used to do that when I was a child. In like kindergarten and first and second grade, pick on kids and laugh at their haircuts and stuff. But I've grown up, right? But anyways, thanks, David, for the compliment. Thanks for the compliment. Yeah. All right. I just received a message. Our guest will be here very shortly. Ted says, good morning, Brian and family. Watch your videos all the time. We are Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. All right, let me see here. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? Sorry, guys. If I'm behind, been to Dorney Park in Allentown? Yes, I have been to Dorney Park. Robert, not Mindanao, was to Dorney Park in Allentown. When you paid and bought tickets to enter into the park, and as you know now, the park has been changed so much. I went to Dorney Park when they had the racetrack. They had a racetrack going on. But yeah, I do. At a racetrack outside, and yeah, it was fun. I know right where Dorney Park is. All right, sorry. The only thing reliable in the Philippines is roosters and barking dogs and loud motorcycles. No, the only other thing reliable is videoke. Guys, I'm way behind. Sorry. Let me see. Let me try to catch up here. Are the Scorebird pool parties going on again? Yes, they are, James. From what I'm told, one a month. They are doing one a month for now. Still not allowed to video inside. Still not allowed to take photos inside. Their rules, their house. But yes, once a month on a Sunday. Previously, it was usually on a Saturday. They are now doing them on Sunday. So yes, the pool parties are back. What made us choose Manila and a quick getaway for a few weeks ago? You know what? I just had a bug to go somewhere, and it was either go to Manila or go down to Subic Bay, Barrio Barreto. And I don't know. I just chose Manila, and because there were things that I wanted to do there. Like I showed you, the Venice Mall was one of the things I always wanted to do, to check it out. Also go down there to the malls because I really never roamed around in the malls down there. Uh, so it was just like a weekend getaway to go down there. Uh, I guess, like I said, flip a coin, Manila or Subic Bay. I'm sure Subic Bay will be coming up soon. So, all right, let me see. Gypsy Rose, how you doing? 10 a.m. That'll work. Philippine and American love. Thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Um, all right, guys, multitasking here. Multitasking. Hey, Brian, on station in Las Vegas, Nevada. How you doing, John? That's another place I never went to. I never went to Las Vegas. Never went there. Always wanted to go, just never went. You could always find flights in pretty cheap. Hotels were pretty cheap because they want you there with your money, but never went there. Tom Johnson, Nobles, definitely loved. And Nobles is awesome. That's another park, another amusement park in Pennsylvania. Um, Love Nobles. Coolest park in the middle of the mountains. Um, it was great. Matter of fact, my brother took his kids there. Now my nephews are taking their kids there, so it's like a tradition of just going there. They had the campground; you could camp out. Nobles was awesome. Go Bobo sister. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Life is good. Feeling the Philippines. Have a great Labor Day weekend from South Jersey. You too, Victor. I guess coming up. I mean, we don't celebrate it here. They do celebrate a Labor Day here, but it's a different day than back in the States. So Labor Day always marked the end of summer, right? If you can remember, uh, back in the day when we were going to school, Labor Day or Labor Day weekend came, and as soon as that was over, back to school we went. Now they're going back to school a little bit earlier, but Labor Day always ended summer. Local pool was closed. Yeah. So, anyways, you have a good Labor Day, and everybody in the States that's here, have a good Labor Day. Be safe. Yeah, look was sneaking in. Where are we going? Yes, I have, Robert. I have been at Cabela's. Let me stop here for a second. Yes, I have been. I'm trying the mic with or the camera without the or the mic without the camera. Been to Cabela's many times. Watched them build Cabela's. Um, that's a cool place too to go. Uh, Took Luton there. If you're not familiar with what a Cabela's is a big outfitting company, outdoor outfit, anything you could think of, hunting, fishing, canoeing, kayaking, you name it, they have it. And not only that, it's just the displays in there are just cool. You got, let's say, you got dead animals in there all over the place. Um, but yeah, like I said, I watched them build that. You know, from the hole in the wall or the hole in the ground up, and been there many times. If you name it, Robert, I've probably been there, or I've been to it. Good morning from super hot Southern California. Back in the day, oh man. GR. Yep, mountain full of dead animals. You got that right. But it is, excuse me, it is definitely a cool place to go to. All right, let's start this up. Hamburg PM from Reading, now living in Philippines. Spike, I know right where Hamburg is. I know right where Reading is. There's lit. Um, so yeah, you're. That's my neck of the woods there. I say Philly in the Philippines because the Philadelphia rolls. The suburbs roll out, roll out, roll out. Um, so, and I spent so much time in the city throughout my years. Um, I live in the heart of Philly? No, I did live in East Philly, West Philly, South Philly, North Philly, as what you would consider it on the map. No, I lived in the suburbs of Philly, but I traveled all around Montgomery County, Berks County, Bucks County, Philadelphia, New Jersey, uh, that whole entire tri-state area. I spent so much time in growing up. But yeah, I used to set up at Leesport Farmers Market all summer. Loved that little farmers market. Um, you go up there and you could buy the best cakes and pies from the Amish. Amazing, amazing. Lehigh Tunnel, been through that many a times. So, look, you want to say hello? All right, look, you're going to jump in here. Say hello. You got to with this setup here. I gotta because of this setup. I bought this new mic, a Yeti. It's called Yeti, YETI. Omnidirectional. You can do front, back, rear, side, whatever. But you got to be right up on the mic. So look, you got to sit up on the mic. Don't put your mouth right up here on the mic.
What is this? You gonna sit where? You gonna do like this? Hello, 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 like that?
There you go.
Like this?
Hey,
Hello, hello.
might be a little bit too close.
I'm too up close.
About 6 inches.
Like
Here,
this.
take your no, like this. You're like that,
Ah,
and like there you go.
serious? Good. Where did I start?
Wherever you want.
GYP is Y Rose. Hello, Lot. Hello. Hello, wife P. Wifey. Daryl Charity. Hello, Lot, my beautiful friend. How are you and the girls? They are okay. They are very fine. Hannah is in class right now. I don't even take a bath yet. Was planning to take a bath. I'm just cleaning my room first before I'm going to take a bath. So I gonna pick up Bing anyway, very, very soon. Uh Good Dave, good morning and good night, Brian and Lot. It's 2:29 EM here, Dublin, Ireland. Oh, okay. Good night also. Thank you for stopping by. Eleanor Havolenyo. Hello, Lot Lot. Hello, Lot. Hope you are rested and well. Robert, everyday life. Yeah, once in a while. It's been like how many days now when you get like kids, you still woke up like 4:30. Like Monday until Friday is my kind of like tiring day. And it always make me busy. I always woke up early. Hi lot, greetings. Quiet the exercise now. Walking with Bang. Pretty much. I do like 1 hour and then when I come back, I do like 30 minutes yoga. And once in a while. Once in a while is yoga. Maybe like 3 times a week. Yeah. I miss all my five girls girlfriend in the Philippines. Wow. Tig Hosto, Pennsylvania 11 has a five girlfriend. Oh, good for you. Mr. Texas, tell Brian to bring you a cold beer. No, I don't really drink much. Cold water. Kasi I like the Yagimeiser.
Jägermeister.
Mm, that's better for your stomach. Robert, not in Mindanao, Bisaya. Yes, I do know how to. Usually, my original language is not Bisaya. They called it Kamayo because my grandmother from my father's side is came from Manobo tribe, and then my grandmother to my mother's side is came from Siargao. So we spoke like Kamayo words, which is Bisaya. If we spoke to the Bisayan person, they don't understand our language. However, as Kamayo person, me, I know how to speak Bisaya and also completely understand their language too. Eleanor Havoleño. Shout out to Mr. Peter Demoraki. Demoraki. Ayan. Shout out Mr. Demoraki. Gotta go smoke a patty. Have a great day. Thank you so much, GYPSY Rose, for joining the live of Brian. What is for lunch today? I cook like tocino. Yeah, but that's for lunch also. We don't really eat lunch. We don't really eat lunch because I think what happened is we have snacks and we eat snacks. So that's the reason we still like full. And most of the time, Hannah will eat like lunch like 10 o'clock. So, breakfast by 10. So we don't really eat lunch. Yes, init kaayo is very hot. Absolutely. It is very hot. Kenneth Hatley. I have girl and two anaks in Cabanatuan. Cabanatuan City. Ooh, never been there. So the Cabanatuan City is very like a far from my place. Hey Brian, I think I gotta go because I need to take a bath and then I need to go somewhere because there's things I need to do. Gotta pay the electric, gotta pay the cable. Today's my busy day also. So thank you so much everyone. It's my pleasure to talk to you even for a while. You have a good day, you have a good night wherever you go. And of course, stay healthy and stay safe. Don't forget my live will be changing on Saturday. Bye.
All right. Yes. How is everybody doing? I know I stepped away. Yes, she is working. Is Rylan working today? Yes, she is. Probably. I tell you what, guys. Probably no, not probably. She's the best worker. The best worker. She's been now here what 3 years? A little over 3 years. Um, every day except for Sunday. And then when she needs to go do something, um, like personal things, we just give her off. There are people here that really, really dog their their workers. We don't do that. I'm not going to dog her. You got people that went went their workers just continuously work all day long and do this and do that and that and it. She has a routine. She keeps the house clean. If we need her to do something else, she does it. She'll go pick up Bing Bing from school sometimes. um, great worker. Great worker. So, yeah, she's here. Yeah. Filipinos are very good workers. Hi, brother. Love the cleanup look you've been sporting lately. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can get our guest. I know he's running a little behind. Well, that's all right. Um, we'll get them on here. Just sent the link, so we'll see what happens. Um, that's it. I mean, Philippine time, right? I can hear Lutz singing. You guys, like I said, this microphone I bought, it'll pick up people in the background and everything. Um, So yeah, keep it going, guys. Here's another thing I wanted to do a couple videos on. I don't know if people be interested. You guys are in a room right now. It says there's 104. Uh, would you guys be interested? Because people always um, are asking me about prison. What's it like to work in prison? What's this? What's that? I thought about doing a couple videos explaining just different things about my experiences in the jail, not jail, in prison, um, and share them. Because people think, and you can't think like this, prison is like Hollywood. Well, no, it's not. You watch Hollywood TVs, movies, and all that, completely different, completely different. But I thought about doing a couple videos, of course, talking head videos, explaining what it's like, my experience in there, things I've seen, things I've done. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think a good idea? Um, been working on a project. I heard a typhoon was coming there. Is it near your area? I hope all will be safe. Yes, there is one coming. I heard about it yesterday. Look mentioned something to me this morning about it. So I'll keep an eye on it to see what it's going to produce. But evidently, it's a super typhoon mixing up with a tropical storm. I'll check more into it. But yes, there is one brewing. So we'll see what happens. Ah. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to see I'm multitasking again. Great idea. You have a large pension from the U.S. government. It's not the U.S. government. It's the state of Pennsylvania. So I'm not drawing a pension from the government because it was a state job, not a government job. However, there are federal prisons and stuff, but I did state jail stories. Katerina says, "Do it, jail stories." uh, it's definitely a job. Yeah, it was definitely it was a well-paying job with good benefits, but every day, as soon as you step through that front gate, you never knew what was going to happen. It could go from 0 to 100 in a split second and then back down. Um, most of the time, nothing happened, but I have some stories. I have some very, very good stories. Philly in the Philippines. Dallas Cowboys at home playing the Buccaneers Sunday, September 11th, 8:20 p.m. I might check that out, Victor, because if it's 8:20 p.m. Sunday night, it will be 8:20 a.m. here, September 12th. So I will be able to watch that. So yeah, I will. If I got to remember, guys, I'm not. Back in the States, man, I'm football, man. Um, all the time, just into it, into it. As soon as I moved to the Philippines, it was like, because it wasn't on. You had to search it out. You had to, it was never live streaming. So I don't follow it as much, but I have been recently in the past, year. I've been getting back into it. So, did you fight with a prisoner? Who won? uh, I could tell you fight stories too. First thing about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club, right? Uh, yeah. Go Eagles. Nah, Spike, I'm not an Eagles fan. Even though I'm from Philly, not an Eagles. Look at this. This block user. These guys see that? These spam things, they pop up and boop, you got to get rid of them. Go Dallas. Go Cowgirls. Steelers for life. I have friends, diehard Steelers friends too. Everybody has their own team. I'm just not an Eagles fan. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Philly people. Go Bucks. Wait, what's this? Oh, look at this. There's another one. Oh, they were blocked. What's the biggest object you've seen stuffed in a suitcase? Talking about a prison pocket? Called him a prison pocket. I could tell you stories about that too. You dealt with everything and anything there. I mean, nothing surprised you. How does your cell phone work there? Do you load each month? I have a Samsung phone. You can buy Samsung, Apple products, everything like that. Um, Oppo's another one that's pretty popular here. Wowie or Howie or one of them. I have a SIM card. I have a dual SIM card in this phone. And I load up the SIM card. One's a Smart and one's Globe. Those are your carriers here. Smart and Globe carriers. Globe works great in some areas, but don't work great in other areas. Smart works good in areas and don't work good in other areas. So I have dueling SIM cards in there. And what I do is, and when you buy that SIM card, you're automatically given a telephone number for that SIM card. And what I do is I go in not every month, but I will load maybe 1,000 pesos into my Gcash. Gcash is a system here. You go to 7-Eleven, load up your Gcash. It's kind of like like a little credit card online type thing. Gcash is a program. And from there, I will load loads onto my phone. 100 pesos, 200, 300, 400, whatever. And once I see it started getting lower and lower, I reload them loads onto my phone. I don't have a cell phone plan here. Most people don't have a cell phone plan because they're outrageously crazy, but that's how people do it here. So that is how I work my phone. And I'm not on my phone 24/7. I don't leave it on. What do you call it? Always constantly on. Matter of fact, I turn it off half the time, unless I'm in an area where I know there's Wi-Fi. But yes, that's what I do. Well, where are we at here, Buyer? Let me see. Did I meet Michael and Bianca yet? No, I have not. I've just kind of been chatting back and forth. We kind of missed each other. They were up here in Angeles City, and I missed them by, I think, a week or so. But we've been emailing back and forth. So, anyways, guys, let's. I see they're up. They're ready. Let's bring them up. Let's add them to the stream. They're up. They're ready. Oh, hang on. Let's
Oh,
bring them up.
hello.
Hey guys. Let's
I
add
think
them
you
to
gotta-
the stream.
They're up. They're ready.
Hang on. Let's
Oh,
bring
hello,
them up.
hello.
Hey,
This is
guys.
the background they give.
You guys, can you hear me? We got like a major feedback going on. Let me unmute you quick here. Can you hear me? We got like a major feedback going on. Let me unmute you quick here.
How about now?
Can you hear
How
me?
about
We
now?
got like a major feedback going on.
Hang
Let
on,
me
we'll
unmute
hear
you quick, guys.
How about now?
Can you hear me?
How about
We
now?
got like a major feedback going on.
Hang
Let
on,
me
we'll hear
unmute
you.
you quick, guys.
How about now?
That's on mute.
Can you
That's
hear
on
me?
mute.
We
got like a major feedback going on.
Hang on, we'll hear you.
That's on mute.
Can you
That's
hear me?
on
We
mute.
got
like a major
feedback going on.
Hang on, we'll hear you.
Like a loop. It's looping. Hang
Can
on.
you hear me? We got
like a major feedback going on.
Hang on, we'll hear you.
Like a loop. It's looping. Hang on.
Can you hear me? We got
like a major feedback going on.
Hang on, we'll hear you.
Like a loop. It's looping. Hang on. Sorry, guys. We are working out these technical difficulties. That's part. This is the first time I've done a live stream like this, where I'm inviting. Well, last week I did, but I'm inviting guests in. So there's some type of feedback. Inviting guests in. So there. See if I mute them. Inviting guests in.
So there.
I'm
See if I mute
unmuted now.
Fighting guys.
I think it might be coming off of your end. The Matrix. Your end. So do you hear that, Michael? Your
I think we're just
end.
gonna have to use.
So do you hear that, Michael?
Michael.
Hang on, guys. We'll get this figured out. We'll get this figured out. I can hear him speak, but when I have his mic off, then I can't hear him speak, and that feedback is gone.
We changed it.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Now we're
Please
on.
don't. Our microphones don't work anymore. There we go.
Oh,
It's easier this.
okay.
Hello,
All right.
hello.
And
Hello.
we have a green screen, so
Yeah, our background isn't normal.
and our Chrome browser doesn't accept. It says it doesn't allow for green screen. So
Right. I you know what? First of all, guys, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I got that green screen too. You guys have a green screen behind you? An
yeah.
actual
Yeah.
green screen?
Yeah,
There we go. We'll just leave it on green. There you go.
There you go. I just bought one, and I've been playing with that one too. So, but anyways, guys, what's your story? Tell my subscribers your story, like how you got here, because you guys are young. You guys are young to be here in the Philippines. So, what is your story? I know you guys are vloggers, but yeah, share with the subscribers your story.
Well. We're not. She's young. She's 23. Although we constantly get that she's underage.
yeah, that's not even.
But I'm actually 47, so not
Okay.
not as young as you might think. I've been in the corporate world since I was 20 years old. So yeah, I worked right through since I was 14 years old. So it's almost like retirement for me, but not really. It's just during the pandemic, we were locked in our house in Canada, a tiny little studio apartment at $2,500 a month. Very small, 50 floors up, beautiful view. Tiny though, and you weren't allowed out of your house to go for walks. You weren't hikes, nothing. And
Wow.
after 1 year together, we just said we got to change how we live our life. We can't keep living like this. And you start to realize that all the crap you buy and all this stuff, well, it meant nothing all of a sudden. Eh? I couldn't use the giant pool our building had and the hot tubs and all the amenities that it comes with, right? We weren't allowed to do anything. And I was like, oh my God, this is the time where you need land. You need to be able to just go outside and just enjoy, life. And is life just about buying more junk? And eventually we realized that we got to get out of there. We have to get out of here. They're not unlocking. This is going to keep going. And so that was it. We made a plan it was 2 years ago. And we just said it was 2 years in August. So it's over 2 years now that we were going to move to the Philippines because she is half Filipino.
Half Filipino.
Her mother is Filipino, and her mother, told us everything she knew about the Philippines from 33 years ago, and we just kind of fell in love. We just kept watching YouTube after YouTube. We watched you and several other YouTube vloggers.
Right.
I don't know right away at 2 years ago, but definitely around that time, and we just fell in love, and we just kept going and going, but we couldn't get to the Philippines. So we raced off to Cambodia, and we spent a month there with the intention to stay much longer until the Philippines opened. That way we'd be very close, just hop over.
Yeah.
But they went from, other than a 14-day mandatory quarantine, which has its own stories, to all of a sudden you weren't even, all alcohol got banned. You can't, then business started closing down, curfews. It just got worse and worse in the month we were there. They went from nothing to everything. And when we had left, we went through 5 military checkpoints and begged for permission to pass into the next township because we were in Siem Reap. You have to get to the airport. And that was a whole experience all to itself. And then we took off to Albania, and we lived in Albania for 1 year.
Yeah, before coming here.
Yeah, and it was like the pandemic didn't exist there. For the whole year we were there, life is normal. Absolutely normal. Tourists coming in every day. We lived right across from Greece. You can see it out our window. And it was a good year, but we just sat around waiting to go to the Philippines, waiting. And then finally we had our opportunity this spring to when they opened up that we said, okay, you know, they actually caught us off guard because we went to Florida for Christmas and to visit my mother all through December. We spent a fortune, you know, went to Universal and well, we just did everything. Everything is kind of, the prices have gone up dramatically, as you know, in the United States. And so we had a good time, but we wouldn't have spent all that money if we knew the Philippines was going to open.
We would have.
Right.
But it's still, nonetheless.
Yeah,
here,
but we had been vlogging for 2 years now. It's just
Okay.
obviously we only got interesting when we actually got to a nice, warm, beautiful tropical climate.
Right. So you've never been to the Philippines then?
No.
Have you
No.
both of you never been to the
I've
Philippines?
never been either. I've always wanted to go, and like that was my goal to go, not like to move originally, but just to visit at least. And then
Right.
we were like, no, we're gonna move here, and I loved it. Like I loved every second of it. So it's been awesome.
See, that's just crazy because I always tell people, well, at least visit first a few times so you know what it's like. But you guys just jumped right in there. So
Yeah,
more power to you. I mean, that takes a lot of, I guess you could say, balls to do something like that, you know. But man, more power to you.
Yeah, well, and the important part for us is, well, I am, you know, I still consider 47 pretty young. And
Sure.
so for me, it was more important that she can get her dual citizenship. And then I can get a 13A when I went looking into it, which will allow me to work, you know, here in the Philippines. And I'm not looking to take a Filipino job or anything, but
Sure.
I could work for a big American or Canadian company. I know several people that own many resorts, call centers, all kinds of things here in the Philippines that would love to have somebody maybe that has Westerner background sort of thing. And that would be a good way to, I don't know, be able to, you know, coordinate. Like I understand from being in the corporate world that it's very hard to find somebody that really understands you and can like basically carry your message with you without you having to be there all the time, right? And I was often that for presidents and big people at big corporations where I started off in a lowly job, but then ended up being basically their aide de camp, right? And so I've been able to make those kind of connections. And so once I have a legal right to work here, I could, you know, have that potential because
Sure.
to just guarantee that YouTube is going to be around forever, or we'll make enough that it's reasonable is, you know, would be
That's
great,
really-
but it's certainly, you better have a lot of options, put it that way.
Right. But I mean, you guys, that's what you're doing now. You guys are traveling and YouTubing and uploading. Now, I hear this, and you guys know this. You guys can set this record straight. They say, well, YouTubing's not a job. Yeah, it is.
My friend, you see these bags under the eyes?
Sure.
That's not for vacation.
You're busy.
Yeah, we upload every day. So
Sure.
it's difficult. Like I think we missed maybe 3 days in 4 months, something like that.
Yeah.
Usually it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still editing. I put a lot of effort into it. You know, we're out all
Sure.
day, sometimes all night. Yeah, record. You're never off, right? Everywhere you go, people expect you to always be positive, obviously. So you can't have a bad day. Nothing. Not that I'm complaining. I don't want anybody to think we're not complaining.
Yeah, it's not like we're having bad days
Right.
and we're like, no.
No. And we're not complaining about what comes with it, right? Because we understand, like, we get to live in a tropical paradise. We get to go and see all kinds of cool things. We get to, we you know, trust me, it's not a complaint. It's just, it is 24/7 sort of thing, right?
Sure.
There's not a lot of downtime. So
And you're
enjoy it.
enjoying what you're doing.
Use it.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
when you work for yourself, right? You get to pick your own hours, which is great. But most of the time you overwork yourself. You pick like more hours.
Oh yeah, you end up working more when you're
It's like,
self-employed.
oh, you can choose your own hours. You can take breaks and stuff. It's like, no, No, you're just constantly working and working.
Yeah, exactly. You just keep pushing yourself.
You guys, my guys that are watching right now in the chat, I put their link down below in my underneath my name. So you guys click on that, take it to their link. You can check out their channel. But you guys are living in the dream place, Boracay. Well, they call it the dream place, but there's a difference between living in the dream place, the tourist place, than actually visiting there. Big difference. As you guys know, you know.
Yeah, we thought it was a great idea, and don't get me wrong, we love Boracay. We love a lot of the people we've met here. Everything, you know, there's not a lot to complain about, other than it's just not the most ideal for people who aren't literally retiring. If you're just retiring here and you just want to lay on the beach every day and have access to bars that never close 7 days a week, you know, every night there's always stuff going on. There's always live bands. There's always, you know, that would make sense. But for somebody who is looking to, you know, travel the whole country, we try to spend 2 weeks every month somewhere else in the Philippines. The convenience of being here kind of drops, and the fact that, you know, just our house, we built 2 studios and everything, but we didn't buy any other furniture because it's so difficult, so expensive, and because there's nothing really available on the island.
Yeah, the convenience is not quite there for like just livelihood, like, or living situation types, but like tourism types, the convenience is way above and beyond. So you have to really like choose what you're going here for.
And if you lived in the tourist areas, you would never have any long-term friends, because people come and go like every week, every 2 weeks, that kind of thing. Right. Even the people that move here 3 months later, they're like,
we're also going. We're headed out.
Resort life is a short-term thing. So people end up going, wait a minute, I want more than this. I want the big city every once in a while, that kind of thing.
Are there a lot of expats living there? I mean, besides those that maybe are running a business, but like the average guy like you and I, are there a lot of expats living there?
Yeah, we know quite a few now, but it's literally under a dozen that we have known so far. There are plenty. Like if you take away the ones that own businesses here, you're right. There's probably 10 sets that I know of, and we kind of get to know a lot of people here. I mean, we do get surprised every once in a while when we find out expats were living just around the corner.
Yeah, we're like, what?
But they were kind of like quiet people, so we never really get to see them. But generally, what happens is we first meet them when they come, and they're really excited, and they sign like 6-month lease, that kind of thing. But then after a month or so, they're like, yeah, I think we're going to leave a little early too, like 3 months, that kind of thing. Yeah. It's a beautiful island for exactly what you're saying. Tourism. Right. That's the reason people come here. And if you want to walk down the beach, well, somebody's trying to sell you something every minute or so, you know, tours, and it doesn't matter, you know, what it is. And everything will cost you more because you're getting tourism tax. I'm not even going to call it white tax, because all tourists getting ripped off. So, you know, so you're going to get, you will never get the local price, even if you had a Filipino wife, if you're anywhere within the vicinity. And even the local price has gone up because, well, it's tourists.
Yeah. Right. And the island is just very expensive in itself.
Sure.
Right.
What about like you guys do you guys live in like the main touristy area?
No.
Or are you kind of, so what is the cost of living there? Like if you're not in that main hub of tourism and say you're out, is it a little bit cheaper? Like what is the cost of living?
Yeah, so if you leave the tourist area, there's just not as many, I guess, Western homes is the best way you can put it, like with air conditioning and what we would imagine, right? But we went looking. I went to over 30 different places all over the island, trying to find something within $500 a month was our goal. We ended up getting at $400 a month. We have a 3-bedroom house with a beautiful garden.
Yeah,
everything.
We were very lucky.
Yeah, we were very lucky.
This is like a diamond, like.
It's a diamond in the rough. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it was. We were really amazed, and we're really happy. We even have expats lined up for that want to take over our place after we leave, and because they're like, wait a minute, you guys got it nice. But yeah, for the most part, I like Spike's in the chat here, and Spike's an expat here in Boracay, and he has a place in the stations, or just on the outskirts of the station, sort of thing, like not in the heart of it, but down a bit. And so it is possible, but you're not going to get what you get in Cebu. We would get a 2-bedroom, or I mean a 2-floor,
Sure,
gated community type house. And we do like it here with the locals. We can walk out here, nobody's selling us anything.
Yeah, nobody has like the packet, like the little paper, and it just has like tours and stuff, or seafood. It's either, if you ever look at the little pamphlets that they hold out, it's either tours or seafood. And I feel like I've memorized it just by quickly glancing at them like millions of times. But
right.
it is cheaper a little bit, because like if you want to buy a beer, like in this area, you're not going to be paying over 100 pesos, like unless you're buying like one of the big ones. But
yeah, we get the really big beers, sometimes the Gold Eagles. Those are 100 pesos. Well, I think they went up to, well, no, you pay the deposit. That's why it's over.
Yeah, just because. But then like, and food here can be cheaper as well, especially if you're getting like street food. Just obviously because the locals are also getting street food, so.
Yeah,
it's not expensive.
Yeah. We'll grab some chicken. They'll be cooking, but barbecuing over here. We mix it with the rice, good to go, and we're paying like nothing, right? 50 pesos, and then our cost of our rice. So you can live we have found a way. We found the cheat code essentially to living on Boracay. Well, like our budget is $1,200 a month. Now that technically doesn't include our travel, but kind of does, because obviously if we're not here, that amount of money that we allocate, if we're gone half a month, $600. It's kind of allocated because we still eat, but we managed to keep even our travels as low cost as possible. We'll book it everywhere we possibly can to keep the price down. And often, as you get more popular, you'll go to a place and we'll have booked on Ogata or something like that, really, really inexpensive deal. And then they just upgrade us. So we've been very, very lucky with that, because, well, and to their credit, and they get a lot more, they get free advertising out of it. So for an upgrade.
Do you find, since you've never been here and this is all new in your experience, do you find like the traveling part easy? Or is it, I mean, you always run into bumps along the way, right?
I was in corporate business and I also traveled all over the world. So for me, traveling is normal. I would travel 20 to 30 different cities every month for my job. So for me, and that could be across 12 states, 15 states in a single month. I might be in 3 states in a day. So for me, I was always traveling. I was always in Costa Rica, also in Mexico, and my favorite spots, basically. But I'm in Australia. I've been all over, where she did not have that. So it would be better to hear from her perspective.
Yeah, I mean, so I haven't traveled much, to be honest. Like obviously I was born in Canada, guys, by the way, just in case anyone's like, oh, she's Filipino. Like, I was born in Canada. I'm half Filipino. But I hadn't really been outside of Canada. I kind of just stayed in like the Ontario region. So I hadn't traveled that much, but coming here, it's chaotic. Okay. But I feel like even coming from like Canada to like Philippines, even going to like Cambodia and Albania, that's chaotic as heck. Okay. Going to the US was chaotic as well. I won't lie. It's like, it's American airports are big. Anyways. But yeah, traveling like throughout the Philippines, it can get a little confusing also because there is a little bit of the language barrier going on. And just because not everything is like the same organizational wise comparative to like maybe like a Canadian airport. Like the Toronto airport is so big, so it kind of has to be, or you will be lost in there for like days. But sometimes you might be like trying to take a ferry and you'll look online and then it says the ferry doesn't go to where you need to go. And then so you're just like, okay, so how am I supposed to get to this place? And then if you go in person, you'll see, oh, so it's actually going there every day. And so there's those like kind of aspects where there's a little bit of that chaos of an organization, and you kind of just have to go there and figure it out, which adds to a little bit of the stress. But otherwise, it's not been too bad. We haven't lost anything. We haven't gotten lost. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
And honestly, every time something happens, it's just an adventure. And you at the time you think it's like the worst thing, but then afterwards you're like, oh, that made actually that whole moment memorable because it was something that your brain will never forget. Sorry.
Right.
And so, you know what? Every experience is an experience worth having. So sometimes you don't realize it at the time, but
Right.
we kind of love it. You know, like we get on a boat and we're like, is this gonna work? Like, oh, our video that's coming out today, like we went to this other island and there was a whole bunch of us on this boat, and I swear to God,
Oh yeah,
we don't even know how we all fit.
Yeah, it was one of the small fishing boats. You
Very
know,
small.
the average fishing boat.
Yeah,
And
like
there
eight
was
like-
big guys and you.
and me, and we were just like, I was just like, how is this boat still floating
Yeah,
right
it was
now?
impressive.
It really shows how well the boats are.
Yeah. But we had such a great time, like an amazing time. So we were really happy.
Yeah. So yeah. It's really interesting traveling.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun here, and we have so many plans. Like we're going Cebu in a couple days. What's today? So, yeah, in 2 days we leave to Cebu for 16 days, which is Bohol and all the way down to Oslo, and we'll see. And then when we come back, it sounds like we're probably going back to where we just were for Oktoberfest, just for a few days, because it's literally an hour and a half boat ride, so it's nothing.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, so we'll go there, maybe back to and go see Romblon also, because of all the marble and the 450 years of history they have there. And then we're gonna probably get down to Dumaguete and Batangas. Is that right? Batangas is on the same.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do that also before we come back again. And we are going to. Oh, I'm so mixed up because I know we're not going to your area again until December 22nd.
Sure.
We land in Clark, and we're going to go from there over to Subic Bay, up Subic Bay and up to Baguio, and then back all the way down, get our family in Tondo, and then probably bring them to the water park back in Clark, and maybe then make our way all the way back down to Laguna, because we didn't spend a lot of time down there, down by Taal and all that stuff. And then eventually just take the is it Batangas that you take it on the ferry and you make your way back down?
Yes.
So we have
Yep.
like this super long trip planned for Christmas into January,
Yeah.
because we have to make our decision soon. And because April, well, now we have somebody else wanting their place by end of January. So we'll see if that can be negotiated with our landlord. And we may be moving February 1st to wherever we choose next. But that really is like, as much as we're doing it for YouTube, but our number one goal right now is to find some place that's a little more longer term, so we can have more of a home as opposed to a temporary place that we kind of always really, you kind of want to have a ground to stand on,
Yeah.
And so when we get to wherever we go next, that was the place that we hope to spend a very long time. Maybe not permanent, because we'll want to buy land, but at least spend the next couple of years, be near a city, have actual furniture, and call it home. And that's kind of our thing is, so we're spending most of this travel, it's all about where do we want to live next.
Sure.
Not so much about where people want us to go next for the vlog. Because we want to get that taken care of. And then after that, we can start being tourists. We're not technically being tourists right now.
We're just looking for a home.
Yeah.
Are
So
Would
we
you
go off-
call yourself backpackers?
well, yeah, a couple times.
Glam packers.
I wouldn't put us down at that far, but
Yeah, just because I'm not good with mosquitoes. So any hiking I do, I end up with like many mosquito bites, and I'm just
They
like,
love it.
Yeah.
Irish O positive blood from her father's side. So
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
mosquitoes love her.
The comments are roasting us for being Canadians. Look at that.
Oh,
Canadians love to talk. You're right. You've caught us.
well, I assume you guys wanted us to talk. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah.
guys.
Talk. I'd like to hear people's stories. I like to hear what their plans are and how they got here and what they do. Somebody else says, do you guys speak Visayas or Tagalog or none
I'm
of that?
learning still. I'm
Now, did
learning Tagalog. Okay, so my mom's originally from Tondo, Manila, and so she speaks Tagalog, and so I never really learned as a kid. I can understand it a little bit, but I'm trying to kind of get to a better level so I can actually speak it conversationally. But I can like understand the basics. I can speak the basics, but I get too shy, so I'm always like,
Right.
just English. But eventually I will learn. That's
No.
the biggest goal.
Do Filipinos come up and talk to you in Tagalog or Visayas or whatever?
They'll start, and then
Yeah.
I know a deer in headlights. So they're like, oh, okay, switch.
Yeah, they won't talk to me. Nobody talks to me. They always talk to her.
Right. Yeah, I find that funny. I
Yeah.
have friends. She's Mexican, and
wow.
they're here in the Philippines right now, and they all think she's Filipino. So they're always going up and talking to her, and she's like, "I don't speak,
Just
Tagalog."
smile.
Yeah. But yeah, that's and there's so many different dialects here.
Yeah.
You know,
Even in Boracay, they have
Aclanian.
Aclanian.
Yeah.
And that's just like a subsect of Bisaya.
Yeah, something like
Mhm.
50,000 people or something.
500,000.
500,000 people
Aklan as
speak
well,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then even Romblon, they have their own
Oh, yeah,
dialect.
that's
It's
right.
like basically every island can kind of.
Oh, and Romblon has 5 different dialects.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember he said even the next town will have an entirely different dialect.
Yeah, and it's crazy how dialects can like change.
Now,
It just-
Romblon, was that island across from where you guys went to?
Well, we have Carabao, which is Romblon. Then you have
Yeah.
Tablas Island, which is
Yeah.
Romblon. And then you have
Which is-
Romblon. I believe there's 7 islands that make it up.
Yeah, it's like a little.
Okay.
And the interesting part is it used to be part of the Western Visayas. It used to be with Iloilo. And they reorganized and put them into Romblon. So,
Right.
It was really nice there. It's still kind of like
Mm.
up and coming. You know, they still are like developing a lot of things, but it's so beautiful there. It's crazy. It's a
Right.
nice how nature can be, you know. Like
but by the way, Robert, yeah, Hazel will live forever.
Hazel McAllen.
Yeah.
Oh, the.
She was only mayor for
Mississauga.
the longest mayor in the world, so democratically elected mayor. She was a great mayor, by the way.
Oh,
It's too bad she had to retire. Well, I guess you have to retire when you turn 938.
oh my gosh.
938. Yeah.
Well, Robert did. Robert put 211, 119.
199. Yeah, I mean,
Kind of like that. And by the way, A to all the Canadians.
Hey. You don't say that too much.
and
I spent most of my time in the United States, so.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
basically
okay.
American at this
Yeah.
point. He probably spent more time in America.
Yeah, my mother lives in America, but we're not American. We were born in Canada, but they, it was just a thing that I spent more time saying, huh? Because I was in the U.S., especially in the South. Yeah.
Right.
Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. My mother lives there now. She moved from South Carolina to North Carolina. Yeah, we visited the one in Victor. We visited the safari
Yeah, in
Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clark. Yep.
Yeah.
I know where that. Yep. That nice safari up there.
Apparently, the one in Cebu is more like a safari. So that one's just a zoo, and they call it a safari.
And they were still kind of under construction, so it was
Right.
really
Right. Yep.
great, wasn't it? No,
Yeah, they didn't have running water. They gave you a bucket when you wanted to go to the bathroom.
which is not unusual. For
Yeah, and you're paying to get.
You just find the corner. You'll be all right.
Yeah. And it was interesting. It was deadly hot though, so that kind of took away a little bit of it because there's no shade and you're just trying to walk and enjoy the animals and you're like melting. So
Oh.
you're just like, okay, I can't do this right now.
Oh yeah, and some of those animals don't belong in that climate, so they're melting too.
Exactly.
You're just like, I know I paid to get in here, but I feel like I shouldn't have. Like I feel like I'm almost assisting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty incredible. You know what? Again, every experience is experience worth having. But my understanding is because that area, like we wanted to go to their water park, it hadn't opened yet. It was opening.
Oh,
like,
Right,
yeah,
weeks later.
right.
we still, because we had just got. That was
Yeah.
like one of the first stops we
Yeah,
made.
but just from what we
but it was
see,
reopening.
the investment that's going on in Clark, unbelievable.
Oh yeah. I just went into the newest casino in there.
Oh
Oh,
wow!
the place was beautiful. I
Oh,
just
I bet.
roamed around. When you go in, they scan you. They take photos of you. You go in, big open casino area, very nice. Then I went over into the hotel area. I just roamed around. Nobody really stopped me.
Nice.
went up-
I like that.
I went up to the pool deck. I mean, beautiful pool deck up there. Nice restaurants in there, but that's growing. It's definitely growing. But me, I like the old history. I like going to the old hospital, going in there, it just, to me, something just draws me there. But when you guys come up to visit, we'll get together. I'll take you up to the hospital because
Awesome.
it's neat to see, and to see some of the old history up there.
Right.
But yeah, I
love-
definitely growing.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, we love the historical stuff too.
Yeah,
Like with
big time.
Iloilo, all the
Yeah.
Spanish buildings from 1920s. Woo! It's so it's crazy to look at in person, right?
Yeah, and especially because after World War II, it's just so rare here. Because so
Sure.
much of the country was flattened with bombs, right? Where before we came here, when we were out in Europe, sort of thing, in Albania, seeing things thousands of years old, these buildings and structures, that kind
Yeah,
of
just
thing,
casually.
right? And so here, it's like, wow, something's 100 years old. It's a big deal. So yeah,
It's really cool.
very, very cool. I know somebody had asked here I saw a comment there.
What's the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference between the tourist area and Boracay in the same area you live? Where we live is where all the locals live to go to work at all the places here on the island. So cost. We have a beach here that there's very rarely anybody on.
Yeah.
So we can go down there and literally, she live streamed down there yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday I was just doing a live
Not on
stream
YouTube,
and-
by the
no,
way.
yeah,
She
no,
does
just
Twitch.
and we were just hanging out, and it's much more peaceful. If you've been to like Boracay, or if you've even seen pictures of the White Beach, you'll see how like chaotic and just crowded it is. And so it's much different. It has a much like different feel, and it's more like homely, like our side.
Yep.
And we know our neighbors just because they all live there, and they're not just like visiting for the week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we go out there and the butcher's trying to give us,
Shots.
have a shot, have a drink, whatever. Everybody is like that.
That's
we're
just
very
Filipino
happy.
hospitality.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
We're like we just came home from vlogging, and we're all sweaty and gross, and we're like, next time we appreciate it, but
Yeah.
next time.
Not that our neighbors care. Everybody's very cool here. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, we like it because everybody knows who we are. So we also feel very safe in our own community here. Very, very safe, because it's not tourists that are coming and going, or even employees that might work that just came into the island and then leaving every day. These are the people who actually live here. So they care about the reputation of their neighborhoods and their families and all these things like that. So to me, that's what makes it safe. It's when you have people that come from the outside, the strangers. Those are the people that you probably have to fear more than anybody else.
Sure,
because you
sure.
trust them. So,
Yeah. Plus the
So it's
Star
more
Trek stuff. Oh,
it's
sorry.
more provincey there than city, right?
where we are right now, yeah.
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 See, and I always said I could live in the province as long as I had air conditioning and good internet
Exactly.
and solid power.
Yeah.
I'd be good to go.
We're pretty
That's
good
pretty
with that. And then we have another big transformer, or a big electrical substation here and everything.
Yeah, right.
Right,
not
just
too
around the
far.
corner.
Yeah.
And we pay only 10,000 a month when we had a whole month of no leaving the area. So to give you an idea, we're 3 air conditioners, and
You say
we-
10,000 pesos a month for your electric bill. Okay.
for a full month. And then we also, our water's 300, so
300
333
pesos.
always.
Only
Right.
300. Yeah, which is crazy nice.
But our internet, we have the best available, right? And it is 5,000 pesos a month. But we have 100. It's not the download that matters. Obviously, it's about uploading videos. And so,
Right.
although we have the 100 down, which technically you never get, you can maybe get 60 to 80. But our upload is 60 to 80 also,
Okay. All right.
which is super fast. 8 minutes, I
Right.
can 5 gig or 10 gig video. So.
Right. Sounds good. But the downside is you don't have malls, do you?
No.
You don't have
we got
SNRs.
Robinson right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a
no,
Robinson. All right.
Robinson.
It'll be open very soon, maybe 3 months.
So that's
All right.
the most exciting thing.
On this
Robinson
island right
is
now, yeah,
active.
because City Mall is here, which is, I have SM there, and then also the guy who owns Mang and Cell or something, or used to own Mang and Cell, started
Right.
it. He owns City Mall, but then they have an SM in there, but there is nothing. It's like an oversized story.
Yeah, no,
to be honest.
it's a Save More, and it's not really as different. Like the fruits and vegetables are actually the same as.
Worse. They're wrong.
I know, but they're the same things you can get at a sorry, like right.
They're
beside
fresher
us.
in the sorry.
Yeah.
For sure.
and
Sure.
so-
Let's be honest. They don't look that good in the grocery store.
yeah.
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 All right. Well, guys, listen. I'm gonna let you guys go. But before you go, I pasted you guys link down below. So you guys, my subscribers, check them out. Check out the channel. They do a lot of traveling. Just a different perspective of traveling here. Like I said, everybody has their own view of things. Everybody looks at differently. That's what makes all channels different.
Yes.
So check them out. Check them out. What about? Do you want to plug anything else? What do you, Bianca? What do you do?
Yeah, my Twitch. It's
Twitch.
it's Twitch. It's basically like live streaming. So if you know what, like Facebook Live, something like that, or YouTube. I mean YouTube Live, technically.
Except for they just don't have uploading. It's just
it's
live
just
streams.
live streaming.
Oh, it's just
so
live.
You can check that out. It's twitch.tv/
or .com.
or .com. It doesn't matter. /Biancas. I don't know if we can share links, but hopefully.
You can.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's my Twitch. If you want to come say hi.
She tries to stream 5 days a week. When we travel, she can only do some like IRL in real life,
Yeah,
sort of
so
wandering
it's-
around sort of thing.
My schedule's kind of a little wonky right now.
Yeah, but when
But
we're home,
usually-
she streams 5 days a week every single morning here. So it'll be like at night for North America sort of thing. And yeah, she does everything. She cooks. She
Once in
she
a
does
while, I've
cooking
done a
streams.
cooking stream.
She does like costumes and
And
all
I
kinds of
didn't
stuff. She's
burn
really
down
cool.
the house. I didn't burn down the
No,
house, so it's good so far. But yeah,
Right.
so
Right.
if anyone ever wants to come say hi,
And
I'll be there.
we'll be seeing you probably December 22nd if you're not busy. So
Yeah, we'll be here. We're not going anywhere. So, all right, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for sharing your story with us.
oh,
Thank
our
you.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
for having us.
All right, guys. We'll see you. Bye-bye. All right. That was nice of them to stop in and tell their story. Like I said, check out their channel. I'm going to paste it once again. I don't know how I came across them. I think I was in one of my feeds here because I'm in Angeles City. Their channel popped up because they were here, and I just started watching them. And I don't subscribe to a ton of travel vloggers, but I do subscribe to them. But that's how I came across them. And it's like he says he's not young, which, what is he, 40? Did he say 45? I can't remember. She's 23. I guess it's 10, 11 years difference between my age and his age. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I don't like to do real long live streams because people, they go back and they rewatch the live streams and 47, there it is. Sorry, James. So I guess we're not that 9 years difference. He's 47. I'm 56. There's a 9 year difference here. So yeah, I wouldn't consider him young, but I wouldn't consider him old. Wait, hang on. I'm not old. So yeah, we're both young at heart. Right. But I don't like I said, I don't like to run these live streams real long. Because people go back and watch them again. So once again, guys, thank you everyone for stopping in. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for your comments. Those that gave super chats, thank you for your super chats. Thumbs up, guys. Remember, give some thumbs up or thumbs down. It's up to you. But I'm gonna try to get somebody on next week. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to get different vloggers from different get their different perspectives of different things here. So with that being said, and like I said earlier, I'm going to try to do a couple videos on prison, what it's like, things I ran into, my stories. I don't know. Maybe people will like it. Maybe people won't, but we'll see. So anyways, guys, thanks for stopping in. And once again, thank you, Michael and Bianca, for stopping in. And we will talk to you later.